if you put rules around data, people will always find ways to get around them to do the things that they want to do. And so to me, rules are very important. But the most important thing is really building a culture of data ethics and making sure that people are thinking about, is this the right thing to be doing with it? The limiting factor isn't, am I compliant? It's, is this the right thing to do? And in some cases, there are real obvious commercial implications for that. We have at Citi, for example, huge amounts of credit card data, right? Huge amounts of corporate transaction data. Well, if I took that data and used it for the wrong purpose and showed it to a client and they get super creeped out that we're using their data that way, right? They're going to take business away from us and take it elsewhere. But more importantly, I think there are these really deep ethical questions we're going to start seeing over the next few years, and there have been a couple examples that really have come up over the last year or so. I think the most valuable one that people really need to be learning from is what happened with the launch of Apple Cards. And if you recall, when Apple Cards launched, it became immediately apparent that their algorithm that they were using for allocating credit capacity was dramatically favoring men. And I promise you that the people there never put a factor in their model for give more money to men. The problem is that they built a model to reflect reality, and reality is biased. And so if you feed biased data in, you get biased predictions out, even if you're not using biased factors. And this goes back to the governance and compliance thing. So governance says, I cannot use race as a factor in my model. Compliance says, I should validate that my model does not have race as an output factor from it being driven by something else. And so the idea that the person on the ground is going to care about this stuff is more important to me than that there are rules surrounding that person. And obviously you need the rules because you do have to be compliant as well. But more powerful than compliant is having the culture of good ethics there on the ground.